President Trump issuing 7 pardons and commuting 4 sentences this week. But Senator Bernie Sanders wasn't impressed, tweeting Trump granted clemency to tax cheats, Wall Street crooks, billionaires, and corrupt government officials. Meanwhile, thousands of poor and working class kids sit in jail for nonviolent drug convictions. This is what a broken and racist criminal justice system looks like. Well, our next guest had her own sentence commuted by the president in 2018. Alice Johnson served 21 years in prison for a first-time nonviolent drug crime. Since her release, she's been advocating for criminal justice reform, and she's the author of Afterlife, My Journey from Incarceration to Freedom, and she joins us live now. Hi, Allison.
Good morning, Lisa. How are you today?
I'm doing well. Alice, I want to get your opinion and what's your response to that statement from Bernie Sanders? He took a shot at President Trump, and what's your response?
Well, my response to that is that the 3 women who I advocated for, none of them are politically connected. None of them are rolling in dough. As a matter of fact, one of them Ricky Munoz, had to try to get gas money to even go pick his wife up. So, you know, sometimes we need to check our facts before we just make statements.
Well, and Alice, I know you were friends with those 3 women, as you just mentioned. Tell us a little bit about their stories and why you personally advocated for their to be commuted.
Well, each one of these ladies I was incarcerated with. Crystal Munoz, I was at Carswell with her. She came in as a very broken woman. She left behind a 5-month-old baby, and when she was arrested, and she was pregnant. And she was one of the women who was shackled during childbirth. And I came to look at Crystal as a daughter. We prayed together. We went to church together. Beautiful, beautiful person. And her crime was she drew a map for a friend of the reservation, and that in different points. And that friend, she was very poor, and she did gain a very small financial gain, and they used that map, but they didn't give her any of the money that they were making selling drugs. She drew a map, and for that she was sentenced to 20 years, and she was shackled also while she was giving birth to her baby. Judith Negron, I met her in Aliceville, and she's a very gifted artist, but she also did so much for the prison. She taught parenting classes. She taught art. She helped me because I'm a playwright, so she did a lot of the artwork for the plays that I did. And we also danced in a praise dance ministry together, which I was the director of in prison in Aliceville. And Tynice Hall, beautiful young woman. Both of us experienced the heartbreak of being denied over and over during the whole Clemency project before President Trump came into office. And we lived in the same unit. We were very good friends there. So all of these women cases, I took them very personal. And there's so many other women, too, that are taking their cases personal.
Why do you think we don't hear as much about them, Alice?
I think that they're being pushed aside, the noise of the others that were granted pardons and clemency. They have left these women's stories out. These are all mothers. These are family members. They're daughters. They all have families who have been praying for their release. And I think that people don't want to hear the good. They only want to keep the narrative spin that this was not a good thing when these families have been reunited. And I feel that this was the right thing to do. They're all incredible, and they all have very compelling stories.
Well, Alice
so I'm
Johnson,
hoping their stories will get out.
Well, you have a compelling story, and we're thankful for you, and we're thankful that you joined us this morning. So thank you so much.
Thank you.